Hello, all. Welcome back or welcome to Go with the Flow Yoga with Anissa. Today, we are going to do a full body flexibility flow. The only props you'll need are your yoga blocks and a little rope. You can even use a sock. You can meet me on your mats in a comfortable outfit. Beginning our flow today, we want to bring ourselves to about the middle of our mats here. Slowly, we are going to bend the knees to bring us down into hero. Grabbing your block, sitting in between the ankles here, bringing the knees close together. We sink down into hero. Bringing the hands to rest on the knees, tucking the chin slightly into the neck. Just elongating the back here. Dropping the shoulders down, loosening them all the way up. Maybe shaking your shoulders from left to right. Shrinking up and then letting them drop. We just arrived here today. Maybe softening your gaze here or closing the eyes for our last 2 deep breaths. Exhaling to bat the eyelashes open. Bringing our hands onto the mat. We remove our block. Stepping the knees back behind us to meet in tabletop. Making sure that the legs are hip width apart. We are firmly planted on the tops of our feet here. Spreading the fingertips to bring awareness through the hands. Extending through our crown to keep a nice long back. Inhaling to extend the right hand in front of us and extending the left leg back behind us. We meet in bird dog. We're here for 2 deep breaths. Slowly lowering back down to the mat. Grabbing our suck. We sit in hero pose with or without a block. So I'm gonna have my back turned to you just so I can show you guys how to properly get into cow face pose. Starting with our left arm, we wanna extend it out long beside us. Bringing the arm to rotate all the way around to our backs. We begin to bend the elbow, bringing the hand firmly on the back here with our palm face outward, fingertips pointed towards our head. Now inhaling to bring our right hand all the way up to the sky. Exhaling to bend the elbow here as we bring the hand behind our neck. We're going to take a second to pause and let our head rest up against the right forearm. Using your sock to grab on, connecting both hands in this pose. We meet in cow face. And we're here for 2 deep breaths. So if you don't need the sock, you can bring your hands to clasp together, still resting your head and your neck on the right forearm. Exhaling to unravel and bring both hands to the earth. You arrive in hero again. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Exhaling to bring our hands back to the mat. Removing our block to meet in tabletop. Engaging your core here to keep a nice straight back. Making sure that our joints are stacked with each other. Firmly on the tops of your feet. Inhaling to extend the right leg and the left arm. We meet in bird dog. Letting that hip crease stay even with the leg that's bent. 2 more deep breaths here. Exhaling to drop the legs back onto the mat. Grabbing your block. Placing it between your ankles. We sit back into hero pose to bring ourselves into cow face one more time. But this time we're gonna lead with the right hand. This time we're gonna lead with the left hand. But this time we're gonna do opposite arms. So inhaling to bring the right hand all the way around, bending our elbow to send the fingertips down and up our backs. We slide our hand up our backs as much as we can go. You don't have to stretch and pull here because that's what we have our sock for, to help complete the pose for us. Taking our left hand up to the sky, sock in hand if needed. Slowly bend the left elbow, bringing our head to rest on the left forearm. Bringing our fingertips to meet or grabbing the opposite hand with the sock. We inhale here for 2 deep breaths. Exhaling to slowly unravel it all. Dropping our sock to the floor, moving our blocks over to the side, but keeping them close. Bringing both hands on the mat, we curl the toes under, send the hips down, back, and up. As we meet in downward facing dog, take a minute here to pedal it all out. Exhaling to let the heels sit heavy, touching the mat if they can. If not, bringing them as close as possible. Exhaling to bend our knees and begin to crisscross our feet all the way up to meet our hands. Meeting here in a forward fold. tenting the hands, hinging from our hips to really dig deep into this pose. On an inhale, slowly bringing our fingertips up the legs, straightening our stance all the way as we take our fingertips up to the sky. Adjusting your clothes if you need to. Okay, all the way up to the sky. Bringing the fingers to interlace, leaving the pointer finger pointed straight back. We meet in a standing back bend. Only bend as much as you can. It's all about intention. Inhaling here one more time. Exhaling, bringing ourselves into mountain. Let's bring our hands to our hips. Stepping the right foot in front of us, we are going to step the left foot back. Pivoting it to slightly be pointed to the front left corner of the mat. Generously bending our front right knee. Circle sweeping our hands up to meet in warrior one. Bringing the palms to touch. Or just leaving them wide if that's more comfortable for you. Dropping those shoulders to glide down your back here. All right, exhaling to straighten our front right leg, grabbing one of our blocks, sitting it right at our arch. Pivoting the foot to be parallel with the back of the mat. We meet ourselves in triangle, extending the opposite hand all the way up to the sky. Gazing forward or gazing up to your fingertips here. Exhaling to bring both hands to the block. Grabbing our second block here. We want to stand them up straight. Curling the back toes under. We are going to sink our knee down to the mat, laying on the tops of our foot. Bending our front knee to be over the middle toe. We meet in a crescent lunge, using the blocks to really lift up our chest here, or you can bring the arms above head and arch the back, lifting the chest up to the sky. We're here for 2 more deep breaths. Exhaling to straighten the front leg just a little bit, lowering our blocks down to where there's a big rectangle on the top. Curling the left toes under, we lift ourselves up into a low lunge. You can have your hands on your blocks here or on the mat. Taking a second to just rock back and forward. Exhaling to remove the blocks and take our right foot back to meet in downward facing dog. Taking a moment to catch our breath here. Dropping the head, letting the head be heavy. Inhaling to begin to step our feet all the way up to the top of the mat to meet our hands in a forward fold. Inhaling here with the hands tented. Inhaling to bring our fingertips up, all the way up our body. Extending our hands up to the sky. Bringing the palms together, interlacing the fingers, leaving the pointer finger pointed back. We meet in a standing back bend. Big belly breaths here. Exhaling, unarching the back, bringing our hands down to meet in mountain. Taking a second to just reset. This time, stepping our left foot in front of us, taking the right foot back behind us, slightly pivoting the right foot to the upper right corner of the mat. We bend our front left knee, circle sweeping the hands all the way up to meet in Warrior One. Bringing the palms to touch here, dropping the shoulders down the back. Really just opening up through your chest. Gazing up to the sky here, or up to the ceiling. Exhaling to straighten the front leg, grabbing one of your blocks, placing it right at your arch. Dropping the left hand to meet the block. We are going to pivot the back right foot to be parallel with the back of the mat. Slowly bringing our right arm all the way up to the sky. Gazing forward or gazing up past our fingertips. Exhaling to bring both hands to the block. Grabbing both of our blocks. We stand them up on the highest side. Bending our front knee over the middle toe. Bringing the right leg to the mat. Excuse me. We meet in a crescent lunge. Being sure not to dump all your weight into the yoga blocks. Still lifting up through the chest here. Walking the back leg back a little bit if you need to. We're here for 2 more deep breaths. Rolling our blocks to be flat or moving them out of the way. We lift our back right leg up to meet in a low lunge. Taking a second here to just pivot back and forth. Breathing deep into the belly. Exhaling to step our back right foot all the way up, meeting in a forward fold. Taking a second here to just breathe, wiggling the toes. Hinging from the hips to really bring us forward to the mat. All right, now we are going to step the left leg back, slightly pivoting it towards the front left corner, straightening out our front left leg. We meet in pyramid, dropping the head as close to the knee as possible. Relaxing the shoulders here, using your core to keep you up. If you like, you can bring your blocks to rest by your feet to also meet in pyramid with a little bit of support. Either way, we are all here for 2 more deep breaths. Removing the blocks, bending the knee for a little bit more stability here. Bringing both of our hands to tent on the mat, we're just going to step the left foot all the way back up to meet the right foot. As we step our right foot back, pivoting it slightly to the front right corner, extending the left leg straight. We meet in pyramid on this side. Taking our hands a little bit past our feet here as we bring our head as close to the knee as possible. Being sure to breathe. We're here for 2 more deep breaths. Slightly gazing forward, bending the front knee generously. We are going to bring both of our feet back to meet in plank. Taking a second here to tuck the pelvic bone, keeping a nice straight back. We rock here for 1, 2, and 3. Slowly lowering down to our knees, landing on the tops of our feet. Letting our head meet the mat here. We are going to inhale to bring ourselves into cobra. Exhaling to bring our head to meet the mat. Inhaling into cobra 1 last time. And exhaling to lower down to the mat. Using our hands and our core to lift us up back onto our knees. Walking the knees in a little bit, bringing them as wide as the mat. We bring our big toes to meet and sink down slowly into child's pose. Bringing the head to rest on the mat here. Leaning here, let's take a second to just breathe, letting go of any expectations that we may have had for the body, knowing that every move that we did was to the best of our ability. Exhaling to bring the heart down to the mat as close as possible. Walking the hands out a little bit more maybe. Here we just breathe and listen to the breath. Let's take a second to whisper to ourselves, I've done my best, I leave the rest. Inhaling to bring our third eye off the mat, slowly walking the hands back in. Meeting in hero or easy seat. We are going to close our practice by bringing our hands to heart center. Taking a moment to bow our heads as we whisper namaste. Kissing the third eye with the thumbs here. Inhaling all of the love we possess. And also exhaling all of that love out into the world around us. And that is where we close the practice today. Thank y'all so much for flowing with me. Until next time.